Thank you so much for tuning in to my North Shore Tournament rookie walkthrough video. In this video, I'll walk you through the shots that I'll use, and we're going to talk about and take a look at some of the possible alternatives. If you are excited to shoot low in this tournament, get out your note sheet and get things going. Take those notes and get prepared. And don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel and like so you don't miss out on any of my future content. Thank you so much. Let's get into it. Hole number one, and we're starting off with a par 4 here on the Maple Bay course. Extra mile and a quasar. Now, you see that I gave this max top and max left. Do be very careful. Understand this is an extra mile level 5. So this does not have the same reach as your EM7 or what have you. So look carefully at the setup here and take a look at this wind. If you're playing nice and far back by this first bunker, that amount of spin should be okay. If you're setting up further up, you want to use a little bit less topspin, maybe only 1 or 2. We don't need to push it super hard here. We just need to get it to the end of this fairway here with that 10% max adjustment. Second shot, as you can see, we're setting this up with the short iron, and I'm playing my thorn at 10% minimum here. Now, ultimately, as you can see, take a look. We see where we're at. I played this a little bit up from minimum. I might not push up quite so much these days. However, it works out. You see here, we're giving this quite a bit of backspin. In my note, I have 2 to 4 backspin written down. It's going to depend on the wind angles that we're working with. Here with the tailwind, of course, you can use a little bit more backspin. Helps to control that extra wind push. But, you know, if we're coming into this as a headwind or something like that, understand that 4 bars of backspin is going to be way too much. So take a look at the situation you have and play according to the course. Good luck. We'll see you on hole number 2. All right, so hole number 2 is a par 5. This one here, I'm bringing my Titan ball and an extra mile. As you can see, we're giving it like a bar of top and a bar of left here in this wind. Idea being, of course, just to run it up near the end of this first fairway. And, you know, City Park that we played in the 9 hole did not have a ton of drops for most people. And if you got a lot, congratulations. And I hope you got some banners in that tournament. However, this course, Maple Bay, we have some opportunities. And this hole, hole number 2, is certainly one of them. So after you make a beautiful drive, now consider using a rock here as an excellent ball guide. Very, very good club choice to play here. Extra mile is not essential. Just get the ball down here around 340 and set up your second shot here. I like to call this a second bounce rough bump because I didn't have enough reach. So you see that second bounce is on the rough there. We're given this, I have about 2 top, half left here with the second bounce rough bump and that ball guide through the pin. Just a little bit, but just to make sure it knows where the heck it's going. And I love this shot. As you can see, the top of the blue ring there with a kind of lower level sniper. And it's nice to see that even though this is not a sniper 7, you should be fine to play this shot at least with a sniper 5 or 6. So here we go. We're giving this 10% max ring adjustment. And just a nice straight perfect shot should get you home where you want to be. I hope we can get this drop in the tournament. That North Shore baby, that's what I'm calling Canada. So come on, let's go get in the hole. Albies for everyone, man. I hope it goes down when we need it. We'll see you on hole number 3. Hole number 3, and the first shot I'm going to show you, I like to call this the left side bounce over shot. I'm setting this one up with a backbone, basically of any level, and a quasar ball. Now, in my notes, I have 1.25 bars of backspin and about 1.5 bars of right spin. That's with the current spin values. Ignore what you see, about 1.5 side spin to the right with this type of wind. I have the top right red ring touching the rough line there. So if you have a similar lever club, and you can see that second bounce is just before the fringe. Now, we're going to miss this shot ever so slightly. So take consideration that no, this is not the exact proper way to get that drop. But as you can see, when I pulled back that shot, I did not have my ball centered up. I had a little bit of right curl. See that? You got to pull it back nice and straight and line up that shot. I'll show you the rough bump next. Hole number 3 once again, and this is the rough bump attempt. So I'm using a navigator ball here because I definitely wanted to minimize the amount of wind that I was working with. And I'm using 2 top, 1 left here with my backbone. As you can see, I've got the top of that yellow ring just barely flipping out of the fringe, and I'm playing this shot at 10% medium distance. So this is the kind of shot that if the wind is going the wrong direction, it's going to have you pulling it down into the bunker. If that's the case, I would definitely, and I'm going to play that bounce shot on the left. But, you know, if the wind suits it and favors this shot, as you can see, that's probably a matter of a pull angle there. We've got a good chance with this rough bump too. I'll see you on hole number 4. Hole number 4, and the dream here is Tailwind. Now, as you can see on screen, I have an extra mile and a Zerk ball recommended. For most players, it's going to make this a lot easier. However, I want to demonstrate to you that with the right wind and any little low-level ball here and your low-level extra mile with a max overpower perfect shot, you can definitely get this one down there and get it close. And you can see from there, you got a great chance. But I'll show you from the right side because we're not always going to have tailwind. So hole number 4, this is what it's going to look like if you're coming into headwind or crosswind. As you can see, there's no way I was going to make it over with this basic ball. I put a Marlin ball as a suggestion here, but honestly, play whatever the heck you want. You can really get away with, you know, anything here. I'm just showing the right side shot so you can have an idea of what you're playing with. The thing to know here is this fairway, don't play it too close to the edge. There's quite a bit of a slope that comes off the side of it, so kind of play it up on the top ridge, a little bit higher up than where you see me setting up here. Adjust 10% max, and, you know, give this like a little bit of top spin and left spin is probably what you're going to want to use here to get that ball over. And that's where, you know, a Katana or a Titan, something like that. Quasar even is actually probably a perfect choice here. Just get it up, get it over here, and you're going to give yourself, I have in my notes, either a backbone or maybe even a short iron. So nonetheless, as you can see here, we're kind of at max, kind of in between, right? So that's where having that little more power in your ball would give you a beautiful rough bump shot here, which is something that I think many players are going to want to work with. However, I wanted to show you how back in the day, I tried to work it out before this account had won any banners. I'm looking at it, I'm thinking at it, I'm like, you know what? I can hit this dang rough, and you can too, even if you're not in the most circumstances. We can learn from this a little difficult situation here and understand that the basic ball maybe isn't the best choice for the tournament format. However, look at that effort. Ooh, so close. Come on, baby. I'll see you on the next one. Hole number 5, and we have our second par 5. Now, this is, I think, a reasonably difficult par 5 for, you know, a kind of a classical rookie account, if you will. Of course, if you've got an APOC 8, I mean, do whatever you want, okay? But hey, look here, coming in with an extra mile, level 4, I decided to step it up here this time to a Quasar ball. Because of this wind and the reach on this club, I'm going to do this nice little bounce over shot that I learned from my friend Golf Clash Tommy. Max top, max left. Nothing wrong with bringing, like, you know, a Katana here, or heck, even stepping it up to that big boy Kingmaker ball to make this initial shot a little bit easier. You do see I hit a great ball, but that little bit of left curl I think is going to bring us home here, and I recommend you do the same. If you're going to play this shot, the idea is just to get it up as far as you can on the second fairway. 312 yards, we got a long ways to go to get it there. We're not going to get it to the green in 2. However, if you've got the reach, you might even have a little rough bump up before the green. So it all depends on the clubs and the balls that you're playing. I'm showing this low level method. 1 bar of backspin here, setting it up with this level 1 big dog. This is something everybody should be able to do. It's going to give you an opportunity to set yourself up for a wedge play. And I think, you know, you're not in that hardcore level of Golf Clash Elite. This is a nice option, and it's a way to understand how that you can get the eagle here within your comfort zone if you're not a super experienced player. So nice little bounce there, up and roll. You can see the nice back slope on this second to last fairway, which should protect you from rolling out and over. Then, of course, third shot here. I don't have it in the info on the right, but quite simple to say that you're going to play this with whichever method you prefer to play your wedge shots. I like to use the 20% Jared A. Endbringer School method. Check him out on YouTube. Jared A. Endbringer School. Awesome content. However, back in the day, I probably just played this at like 10% and got lucky. So the ultimate thing here is I want you to see the route. I want you to see the technique, the path, how we can achieve a desirable outcome with, you know, lesser than equipment. So, of course, if you've got a big boy setup, you better get that Albie, baby. I'll take the eagle all day and every day on number 5. I'll see you on hole number 6. Hole number 6, I'm going to show you a pretty interesting par 3. Interesting in the fact that I'm playing it here with a power 3 ball, and I'm playing it here with my Goliath club. What this does is it gives us the reach that we need to go for a rough bump. Given it a couple of bars of topspin, I've got 1.5 to 2 written down in my notes, and you do see I've just got a little fraction of a bar of right spin there. I'm not sure if that's entirely necessary or not. However, setting it up here at 15% max adjustment, this one is a bit of a stretch, but with a little bit higher level clubs, you'll have no difficulty at all setting up this shot, even into this headwind. As you can see, nice little opportunity to get ourselves a drop here. I'm going to give it a go, and I hope you do too. I'll see you on the next hole. Hole number 7, and we have another par 4. This one feels like I played it yesterday, but honestly, it's been a really long time since I've seen this hole. I'm bringing a Quasar ball here, max top, max left, especially with this nice easy wind, and I'm just going to bounce it on this little island and bring it over to this fairway that's before the the green island, if you will. And depending on the wind, you might want to use a little bit of curl here just to get it down there nicely. However, some people are going to get a hole-in-one on this hole. It just all depends on the clubs and the technique that you want to use. This is a rookie walkthrough video, so we're going to use an extra mile to Quasar with 10%. Second shot here, I do set this one up with 10%, about medium distance. Now, I was really not as experienced at the game at this point when I set up this shot, and when I watch my setup, like, I cringe a little bit. I admire my effort here, wanting to make a backbone dunk. I do think that's the best part of this video footage right now, but I give it maximum backspin. I would not set this up so close to the hole. However, with a Thorn level 4, you don't have a lot of ball guide to work with, and I didn't understand the ball guide that you can't see because of the low level club at this point. So I set it up the best way I knew how, and I think that's the way we should all do it, no matter what. And hey, it still went in. We'll see you on hole number 8. Hole number 8, and we're starting off with this bounce over approach shot. I play this shot at 35% maximum distance on the elevation. We give it 3 bars of backspin and approximately 1 bar of side spin to the right with those current side spin values. Now, as you can see, the setup here, I'm gonna end up with that red ring just about touching that rough line, and the second bounce is going to be just onto the green. So I like to look at that as a really, really consistent way to sort of find a landing position, to find 2 or 3 points of reference. You could look at that white ring, how it's dipping down into the rough, but just understand that those ring sizes will change depending on the level of the club that you're using. Just take that into consideration that, if you're using a much lower level backbone, that exact setup won't work the same for you. Let's see the rough bump. Okay, so hole number 8, the rough bump here, it sets up really easy. Now, you see me playing this with a navigator ball and the Kingmaker on the right-hand side. Look, this is a tournament. If you're going to bring a Kingmaker to any hole, this is probably a really good choice. I set this up half a bar of backspin and that top of that yellow ring just at the top of the rough. I adjust the shot here at 10% minimum distance. This is a wood club on a par 3, so we're not using the full distance of this club, but the accuracy of the sniper is certainly very, very helpful with this shot. With this kind of wind direction, it is a bit more difficult, I think, to get that pull angle correct. So make sure you got a perfect clean pull, and I want you to hit perfect on your shot as well, okay? Nonetheless, even with a great ball, you see how we made nice contact with the green, rolled in with a sweet, beautiful speed, oh so close. Let's get it when it counts. I'll see you on number 9. Hole number 9, and we are looking for an albatross. I like to come in here with a Titan ball and my quarterback. Now, I set this one up, as you can see, like about 3 top, max right. Check out this setup very, very closely. Red ring touching the rough, and that second bounce is just before the rough directly ahead. I adjust the shot 10% max, and as you can see, we're going to give this one a fair bit of curl. That's like about a ball and a half or so. Take a close look at the curl, find a few references so you can recreate a good outcome on this shot. You could definitely use a tiny bit more, but this is the final resting place that you're looking for. As you can see, 326 yards should set us up nicely for a sniper here. And I'm going to check I check the distance nowadays, and I recommend you do too, but I knew from this distance that just about a half a bar of topspin, here we go, puts this at max, and I've got that third bounce. You see how up on the fringe, the ball guide kind of stops right there at the fringe line. Now with the Sniper 7, you're going to get a bit more ball guide developed. However, these low-level snipers, that's definitely what you're looking for. Set it up cleanly, and you just want to execute on that perfect shot. Guys, I hope this tournament goes so well for you and for me, and I'm looking forward to trying to get those booms, baby. Come on, play it hard and leave it all in the course. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you very much for joining me for this NorthShore tournament rookie walkthrough video. If you have any comments, questions, or concerns, send me an email at erelicgaming@gmail.com, and I'll be happy to get back to you. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel and hit that thumbs up button so we can push this out to all those Golf Clash fans. Thank you so much, and I wish you the very best in this NorthShore tournament. We'll see you on the course.